Did you get Rockslugs as a Slayer task? Well, in today's video, I'm going to be doing a quick guide on how to kill Rockslugs in old school RuneScape. So Rockslugs are kind of an annoying monster to kill, especially if you don't have one of the perks from the Slayer Master, which we'll go over later, but they require 20 Slayer in order to kill, and they are assigned from Ashner. Their loot table's nothing crazy except one item, but other than that, it's not that great. You'll average 137 GP a kill. Their big drop is the Mystic Gloves Light at a 1 in 512. That is about the only thing that is worth actually getting. They also drop some runes, Earth runes and Chaos runes. Not too bad of a drop rate on those. They do drop some ores like iron, coal, tin, copper, and mithril, although mithril are 1 in 128, so you're probably not going to be getting those very often, and a iron bar and bronze bar. So potentially early level Iron Man, a way to snag these if you need a way for like a mithril ore for a quest or something like that. The other thing they also drop is seeds, but the good seeds of course are like over 1 in 1000, even the strawberry seeds at 1 in 623. The seeds are here, but they're not that great of drop rate. They do drop dwarven stouts and hammers though, so that could be interesting for you. So if you need a dwarven stout or want to stack up on those, this could be a nice alternative to actually just buying them, although I'm pretty sure you can just buy them and make everything a little bit easier. You're also going to get a 6 in 128 chance to hit the gem drop table, so your usual stuff. You might be able to get some gems, but you're probably not looking good for a lot of the other drops there. They don't drop any clue scrolls or anything like that, so again, pretty simple task that we have, but they are annoying nonetheless. That said, let's go ahead and take a look at their stats. Again, nothing crazy. They're 29 combat level. Their max hits 4. They're not aggressive. They're not poisonous. And their attack style is Crush. So the main thing here is, one, they don't have any defenses, so you can literally wear and kill them with whatever you want, whether you want to use magic, range, or melee. Anything is totally possible, whatever you want to use, because they're really just kind of weak against everything. The one thing I did want to call out is that you will need bags of salt in order to kill these things. Once they get below 4 HP, you're going to have to use a bag of salt on them. Otherwise, they're just going to run around with their heads cut off. And the annoying thing is you actually have to manually use that unless you get a perk from the Slayer Master for 80 Slayer points. There's a Slug Salter perk. If you buy that, it will automatically use it as soon as they get below 4 hit points, and you don't have to worry about it. Alternatively, you could use a Brine Saber in order to not have to use salts or worry about that, because it's already kind of considered a salt weapon. For that reason, you could just use that and be good to go. Again, bring best in slot in whatever you want to use, whether it is melee, range, or magic. Your inventory should be a lot of bag of salts. 1 bag of salt is for 1 kill. They're 10 GP each at a Slayer Master, so keep that in mind when you're killing them. You'll also need a light source if you're doing the Dorgesh-Kaan South Dungeon or Lumbridge Swamps. I'll go over those a little later, but in my opinion, this is one of the better places to kill them. And then obviously teleports out and food as well. So first off, we're going to start at the Fremennik Slayer Dungeon where I'm currently at. You can see my gear setup is an Iron Man gear setup, so it's a bunch of random things. Also, I forgot to mention the different ways to get to the Fremennik Slayer Dungeon. You can get there by Fairy Ring AJR or using a Slayer Ring. You can also get here plenty of different ways, like a house portal if your house is in Relica, or you can get here by going to the Camelot teleport and running north, hopping over this log balance if you have 48 agility, and then running there. You can also just go the old-fashioned way if you don't have 48 agility. You can also get here by like Construction Cape or an Enchanted Lyre. There's a lot of different ways to get there, but Fairy Ring is obviously the easiest one, or if you're a lower level, you're just going to have to run from Camelot and around. But we're going to go ahead and just walk in here and smack one so you guys can see what it looks like. Once you walk in, the Rockslugs are right here, so we're going to have to run past these cave crawlers and get to the Rockslugs. Again, they're kind of a lower level. They don't have a lot of defense, but you have to use the bag of salts, which I have right here in my inventory to use. Once you're here, just go ahead and smack them and you will be good to go. Again, you got to wait until their HP gets below 4, which is why this task is kind of annoying, and then you can use them. So see how he didn't die right away? I need to use the bag of salt, and then boom, he's dead. We got our Dwarven Stout. Again, not much to it. You just literally sit here, smack him in the face. You might be able to safe spot if you want a safe spot here, but there's really no point because you have to run up to him anyway and then use the bag of salt. So it's really just more annoying than actually if you just ran up to him and smacked him in the face. So they're below 2. You see they're at 2 HP. I use the bag of salt. Boom, they're dead. That's literally all there is to it. I'm also going to show you guys where the other location is. The other location is at Lumbridge Swamp. So we're going to go ahead and run over there. All right, if this is your first time to the Lumbridge Swamp, you are going to need to bring a rope. So if you're going to Lumbridge Swamp, make sure you bring a rope. Lumbridge Swamp is right here, and you can get here by going to Lumbridge, home teleporting to Lumbridge, or actually teleporting to Lumbridge, going south and then west, or you can use a fairy ring DIS and go north and then southeast. You can also use your Amulet of Glory and go southeast. Those are kind of the easiest ways to get here. And the other thing I want to call out is you also need a light source for both Lumbridge Swamp and the Dorgesh-Kaan South dungeon as well. So once you get here, go ahead and climb down into the dungeons. It is also recommended that you use a enclosed light source. Otherwise, they could explode if you're using like a candle or something like that, and it's not going to be very good. So there are Rockslugs here, but they're kind of annoying to get to. Easiest way is just to run over to the north. However, there's a wall beast here. What you need to do, for those of you guys that don't understand how movement works in RuneScape, you need to put your run energy on, stand tile right before the wall beast, and just run over to the other side. That will be the easiest way to get past that. Otherwise, you need a spiny helm. Otherwise, you're going to take damage. So just run over to the north and then run over to the east, and they will be right there. You should really do like a guide on like how movement actually works in RuneScape. So you're also going to run past these cave crawlers, run past the cave bugs, and you'll see the Rockslugs up here. And again, you can just run up, smack them in the face, and you're good to go. There's a decent amount here, but I would still recommend the Fremennik Slayer dungeon if you're going to kill these. So see, they're at 4 HP. I'm going to go ahead and use my salts. Boom, Dwarven Stout. It's literally that easy. I do want to call out that there is another area at the Dorgesh-Kaan South dungeon. I do not recommend going here in order to do your Slayer task or kill them in general, because there's literally one spawn. The cool thing about that one spawn is the one spawn is literally right next to the fairy ring. So if you use the fairy ring to get there, you are good to go. The fairy ring is AJQ if you're interested in using it. The only other way that you're able to get here that I am aware of is through the desert calphite layer. You can get there by teleporting to Alcarid, going south, buying a shanty pass and using it, and then running it over to the west. The other way is taking this rowboat to Temporos if you want to save 5 coins for some reason, although there's a lot of better ways to do that, and just run north, but that takes forever to run all the way up here. But your entire objective is to get this calphite layer. Once you're there, you're going to enter in here, and then you need to run to this little red door here. That is how you get there. But again, we are going to go to AJQ. Again, you need a light source, but the Rockslug is literally right when you go in. It's right here. Don't recommend this at all. That's a really dumb way to do this. I 100% would just do one of the other 2 dungeons. That is all the locations and how to kill Rockslugs in Old School RuneScape. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, subscribe to the channel. If you're new, leave a like for the algorithm. If you guys have any comments or questions, make sure you leave them in the comment section down below. Channel memberships are live. Once you are a channel member, you can get access to all my videos as soon as I upload them to YouTube. Normally, I schedule my videos out every other day, and sometimes I'm a week ahead, sometimes I'm a month ahead, sometimes I'm not ahead, but you'll get access to all those videos early, and it's a great way to support the channel. That said, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.